What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday, May 29th. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the channel for episode 3 of Business Practices. I know it's been a while. If you're new to this show, it's all about the business practices in the collecting community. And I've opened up a show for collectors who want to reach out to me via email or anyway, really messenger, and kind of share their experiences with distributors, resellers, companies, etc. And it's been a while since I've done one because, again, I keep it open for collectors to reach out. And, someone reached out to me recently, this week actually, to kind of help them out and tell their story and hopefully get their situation on the right track. So that's why I'm here this evening. I've also put out a post in the community to share some of the collectors in the community's experiences. Again, this is positive, negative, whatever your experience has been. Don't think that this is just negative experiences. This is including positive. So we'll share some of those as well. I really use this, again, as an opportunity, kind of a voice to help people who are having a tough time. Again, who've had exceptional service, to reach out. Right, the end goal of this show is to help customers, collectors, be able to make a educated and informed decision from where they're purchasing from, and what to expect. And not only that, but also for the companies in question to listen, to watch, hopefully, and take the feedback and run with it, because this is free feedback at the end of the day. So let's get a kickstarter. Let's see who's in the chat first. Happy Whisper. Happy Wednesday, Whisper. What's going on, buddy? Glad you can join. We got Your Vision here. What's going on, Your Vision? And we got Slifer stopping by. Everyone who's in the either watching in the chat live or who's going to be watching the replay, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. So we're not going to take too much time on this, but there's some important things to discuss. So I had a collector who was referred to me by someone, and they told me their story, their situation, and thought that I can help. They were going through kind of like a tough time, and they weren't happy with the experience that they were going through. So I said to them, sure, we can, let me know your experience. You sent me emails and so forth. And here we are. So let's get started. Sean Davis, what's going on, John? King Dingling, great to see you. Just some bomb. What's going on, guys? Glad you can make it. So let's get this kick started. So, collector by the name of Casey reached out. And let me change this music here. It's making me... So, a collector by the name of Casey reached out about his experience, and he shared his experience with me. And it was in regards to, of course, the quality control issues that XM has been having with the LBS Hulk. So Casey had ordered this Hulk, and I want to kind of separate the situation, because this QC issue is not necessarily the fault of the reseller. So let's make that very straightforward, very clear. Two separate issues. So the company, XM's QC, clearly not good. We've been hearing it in the community that it hasn't been going well. Fine. So this collector in the community, Casey, had picked up this Hulk. It arrived in March. All these discussion points are going to be related to March of this year. So about 2 weeks within March. So received this Hulk, very excited, yada yada yada. Opens up the Hulk, and we see the issues here on the. How does this look on the screen? On the chin. He picked up the Kirby Hulk. This isn't the premiere. So he on the chin and side of the face, you can see the what's going on, Mitchell? The blemishes, the very bright paint on the Hulk. Right? This is a known issue as well. Let's keep on moving. So he definitely wasn't satisfied about this. Moving on, we have the same issue on his back. Again, a case of that really bright green, as well as what folks were experiencing was the texturing in the body was flattened. So it seemed like it was pressed up against something and became flat. Moving on, some issues with the vein, scratching on the vein, and as well, where the shoulder meets the torso, you can see that what almost looks like a seam. Some of these hulks have been having that issue as well, where it looks like it's cracking. So how they filled that seam, whatever material they used there, you can see that it's not very clean. It's a messy job. It's fine. We'll keep going. On his foot, again, another case of that very bright green paint on both the upper part of the foot as well as the ankle bone. Okay, so clearly some paint issues. We move on and we look at the packaging. Styrofoam has clearly the green paint on it, even where the face is, which is wild to see, as well as where the body lays. You see the what looks to be paint rub. Nothing surprising here, right? This is not the first time we're hearing of this. Here's some more tissue. You could see the tissue transfer, right? This is just, I think, XM at its worst with this Hulk, and it's very disappointing. We're going to keep on going. The outline of the pant, right, where this is supposed to be the shirt hangs out, it looks like it was painted half-ass. You can see where that white kind of paint is missing there, and it's almost translucent or yellowing. You can see it's not painted well. And again, this may be minor to you, but all collectors are entitled to be happy with their purchase. How much does that look like? A crack on the leg there? I just noticed that now. I'm gonna have to reach out to him. If that doesn't look like a crack, that looks like a crack right there on the where the hip meets the leg. Anyways, I didn't even notice that. Besides the point. So this issue here with the shirt, and again, this may be minor to you, like I was saying this, but every collector is entitled to feel how they are about the piece they're spending almost $3,000 on. So he clearly wasn't happy. This next one, it looks like, I haven't checked mine, but it looks like some gold, that copper looking paint is supposed to be there. It's missing here on the back, which is a small deal. He has a good eye, because I would have never caught that. So looks like that copper's missing. On this photo here, if you zoom into it, you can see that there's like texturing smudge marks along the yellow of the edge of the base, as well as on the gray. Okay? So perfect. So this here is XM's responsibility, right? That's beautiful statue, just completely QC half-ass. What's going on, Road Dog? Good to see you. XM dropped the ball. So we'll move on from XM. We've already talked about them. We know how they messed up. They're in their corner hiding. Haven't addressed any of the issues publicly to my knowledge. It's been mentioned on a few channels. Some collectors are fine with the paint issues and so forth. We don't really have to beat that dead horse. But it was definitely a big smudge on XM's look, for me at least. They've been having a rough, I think, last year, and this year is no better for them. Now let's move into the reseller part. So Casey gets this statue. March 19th, let's say, Casey reaches out to the reseller. In this case, and again, I want to make it very clear on this show, it's not targeting any resellers, distributors. This show is open to everybody and anybody. Whether depending on the company you're running, distributors, resellers, whatever. So in this situation, collectors coming to me, this case is in regards to Spec Fiction. He ordered it from Spec Fiction. Speculative fiction, however you want to know. I think he's known in the community as Spec Fiction. March 19th, he reaches out to Spec Fiction via email. Everything's documented. And sends some photos. to Spec and so forth, saying, hey, I'm not very happy with how this turned out. Is there anything you can do? Response time was pretty good. It seemed to be right away. Like I said, within a week, all this conversing has gone on. So they keep going back and forth. Spec had asked, can you resend photos? Because I have the email here. So he sends the photos over, and perfect. I'll pull this up here. Casey sends all the photos over. He gets a response March 22nd. Hello, sorry, from Spec Fiction, from Todd. Hello, sorry, I honestly don't see any issues with the item. Can you take pictures in natural lighting? Okay, fair enough. He did, give him the benefit of the doubt. Casey sends photos. Maybe he didn't see the issues with the chin and the issues with the base, so forth. The foot, the painting on the pants, etc. That was March 22nd. That comment went out. And don't forget, from March, let's say mid-March to March 22nd, they were conversing, right? He was sending photos, this and that. So March 22nd happens. After the first set of photos that Casey sent, Todd says, can you resend photos in natural light? Because I can't see what's wrong with the piece. Casey says, fair enough. Nice guy. I don't know Casey personally. He seems like a nice guy. Calm. No animosity in any of the emails. Seems like a respectable guy. This was the last time that he heard from Spec Fiction. March 22nd. So, March 22nd, you can see here. So this email was sent at 4:02 p.m. March 22nd, 2024. Casey responds with the images highlighted in natural light, you can see here, the same day, March 22nd, 2024, at 6:14 p.m. So that's what, a 2-hour difference roughly? Is that what it was? 4:02 to 6:14 p.m. 2-hour difference. That was after he sent the pictures, March 22nd, that was the last conversation they had. We are now May 29th. And it's unfortunate, but Todd never responded, Spec Fiction never responded to the issue from March. So that leaves us to earlier this week. We'll get to that, Johnny, if you want. Anyways, what's going on, John? I'm so upset with XM Hulk. Can you remove the one behind you? Hurts to see it right there. Okay. Sorry. Knight, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. So, where we are right now is, so it's March 22nd, last discussion point between the two parties. The last discussion was Casey sending the clear photos. We're now in May. We're talking about 2 months here with no discussion points, no reaching out to the customer, nothing. So Casey had reached out to me via email. Hey, somebody told me about you and that you offer, you go live and you try to help collectors and so forth. I say, yeah, I'd be more than happy to help you. Send me the emails, and yeah, it's to help everyone. It's to help Todd kind of improve on his customer service, help you to get your Hulk fixed. Beautiful. Went through everything. Here we are today. Before I went live today, I said, we shouldn't necessarily just go live without reaching out to Spec Fiction again. So this is like a bittersweet story. It worked out nicely. I said, you should reach out to Spec again and say, hey, I haven't heard anything back. Are you going to be willing to help me with the Hulk? And fantastic. Like, the response time, he has definitely, when you're speaking, issues aside, when you're speaking just like inquiries and so forth, I could definitely hear from collectors in the community that there has been an improvement from before. But I feel, and what we're seeing is, when you have an issue, that's where the customer service lacks a bit. So he reached out to Spec Fiction. He got a response, which was fantastic. He reached out today, just saying at 12:21 p.m. Hey, it's Casey, just following up to see if you could help me out on my 1/3 LBS Hulk and its paint issues. 12:21, he sent that. 12:24, 3 minutes. That's fantastic. You can't ask for, but that's how it should be. But I was a little distraught with the message, the response. It has said, yes, I sent this one out on March 22nd. And then he puts in quotes what he allegedly sent. He says, can you take a wide shot of the Hulk from normal viewing distance, please? There aren't any replacements for this item. The best we can do is have you get it touched up locally. We would pay for the touch-ups. Otherwise, we can probably offer a partial refund and or more as store credit. Let me know sincerely, Todd. Now, I found this very weird because we have the emails, right? We have the email from March 22nd, which is right here. And it clearly states, hello, sorry, I honestly don't see any issues with the item. Can you take pics in natural lighting? 4:02. This was, and then the natural lighting photos were taken at 6:14 by Casey and sent to him 6:14. And you can see in the history of the emails, March 20th, this area that was supposed to be painted, he's explaining an issue. And then the email in question, it doesn't state what's in quotes that was stated today. It says what we read here. Hello, sorry, I honestly don't see any issues with the item. March 22nd. And then just to show you, again, this is what I'm getting from the customer, right? That's how I'm involved, is through the customer. If you look here at the history of emails, you can see here March 22nd, and then straight to the 27th with today's message on the right. So it could become he said, she said, but we have the history of the emails. Nowhere, I have a copy of all the emails sent to Casey that he sent me, at least, and it said, and nowhere does it say this in quotations. Can you take a wide shot of the Hulk from normal? Because at this, Casey would have responded right away, right? Like I find it odd that in March, I find it very, very odd that in March there were no replacements available, when I've heard of people getting replacements around that time, right? Because don't forget, this is not a premiere. This is a single Hulk. So I don't know. I find it odd. I hope it is true. I hope that this was sent March 22nd and that it was an issue receiving or sending, because then he's on top of the game. And I keep this forum open, right? This is open for the customers, the collectors, as well as the businesses. So if Spec is more than welcome to reach out, get everything out in the open so we can make sure that everything's in order. But at the end of the day, what's important here is getting this fixed for this customer, because to purchase it in March and sit on it and have to have somebody recommend me to come and take care of this like this, to help out, that doesn't work well. That doesn't work well. And if this isn't true, where this email was sent here, because we don't have a copy of this email, that's even worse, right? But it's good. A response was right away. Right now, from my understanding, it's the case that he's been in contact. He hasn't even asked for a full replacement. He's going with the option of getting it touched up locally. And that's something else that I wanted to touch on, because the reason I'm doing this show is to do a follow-up, because I don't want Casey to be waiting an extra 3 months, right? I don't want him waiting 3 months on top of this. I want this resolved ASAP. The touching up locally, okay, that's another issue that I have, because I know of a few collectors, at least one, who got a Hulk touched up locally, right? Not by a professional painter, by, I don't know who it was touched up by, but it was touched up locally. When they received the Hulk, when he or she received the Hulk, they still had to resend it out via shipment to another professional painter to get fixed because that paint job was not good. I had mentioned this. That becomes problematic too. I'm going to stay on top of the story. I would like to have this Hulk professionally touched up. I don't, whether it could be a local professional, but professionally touched up from the get-go. Not just random local collectors in the area who can paint. That's not how you handle a $3,000 statue. That I want to handle a $700 statue like that. It is hard-earned money that we're investing in these. So I'm going to keep up with Casey, make sure this is being followed up. Now, the person who sent it out, the Hulk looks good so far from the photos that was professionally painted. So if he has connections with people who are talented and can paint to that level, then fantastic. But I'm going to stay on top of it. That's what's going to happen. And we'll when we get it all fixed up, we'll come back, do a show, and hopefully Casey can share some photos. But this needs to be up on the priority list. Now, let's even say, just for benefit of the doubt, let's even say this email is correct. Another tip that I'd give for any companies watching, set a reminder email, okay? Just to touch base with the customer. Because even if this was correct and you heard nothing back, this is a customer who purchased this from you, just do a one-time courtesy email. Yeah, is it depending on the size of the company, is it a pain? If you're not well staffed, yeah, of course it's a pain. It's going to take time out of your day, but go the extra mile. Just go the extra mile, because this could have been such a better story for just a follow-up email. If that's giving them the benefit of the doubt, if that's the case. And that was pretty much it with Casey's story. He's been in contact now with Spec. And he's already emailed the photo requested. And again, what I find confusing here as well is March 22nd, they're asking, can you take a wide shot of, like, he just sent so many shots, so many photographs. You need more. He sent it over. He told Spec what he needs done, what he would like done, and how he'd like to do it. I'm going to attach this video with the order number to info@specfiction. I have it somewhere. info@specfiction.com. And I'll send it over so it's documented. And he can watch it if he wants. He doesn't have to, but it's there. And he can reach out to me if he wants to chat, clarify anything. My door's open as well. I have no... I'm here to help. I'm not here to put anybody down. I'm here to help. And help both sides. It's not just to be targeting one side. Again, these are collectors coming to me. I'm not sitting out on the corner with a sign saying, hey, anybody against this certain company? No, these are collectors coming to me who are having issues. So I'm glad I can help in any way possible. Hopefully this gets resolved ASAP. Because again, to wait from now to March is just a little long in my opinion. Especially when I think that even if there was to get a replacement, I think you would have been able to get a replacement at that point. Because I know exceptions were made. I know very well that exceptions were made for certain collectors when getting a replacement. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. I'll keep you guys followed up on that topic or this situation. And let's see who else. What other comments are here? Let's take a look. We have... Where did I leave off? Whisper. Wow. Casey stopping by with the super chat. Casey, you definitely did not have to do that, man. Appreciate you. Hey, it's Casey. Without you and others like you, I probably wouldn't have heard back from Todd. Thanks again. No problem, man. Glad I can help. Casey saying he never sent an email saying anything like that, but he is getting with LBS to help me with the paint issues. Perfect. So glad that's going to turn around. And again, if we can stay on the same wavelength and have that discussion, and just keep everybody up to date. If this turns around and it's fantastic, then it goes to show you how great a bad situation can turn. And it's just holding the companies accountable. Now, I had posted. Oh, there was another comment here. Johnny, what's going on, Johnny Leopard? Can we talk about Sick Mansion store? Would you buy? Good question. Sick Mansion Collectibles, I believe he's referring to. So he opened up shop recently, Sick, and kind of having like a full revamp. He said that he's taken a step back and he's going in with a full revamp, working with some other companies. I think Resin GK. So from my understanding, what it is Sick is essentially has his website up. Resin GK holds the product. This is how I understand it. I could be, if I'm wrong, please correct me. And he's essentially just like promoting the sales, right? On his end, he has the storefront, he has his show, and his Facebook and so forth, and he can promote the sales through Resin GK, which is, some people have heard of them and done business with them and so forth. Nonetheless, would I buy from them? I'm in Canada, so it's always tough for me, right? Because the USD conversion and so forth. His pricing does look fantastic. I do know collectors who have purchased from him and are waiting to get stuff in. I spoke to him directly in regards to a product. He responded quickly. I had an issue and he came up with a resolution to work around the issue in regards to payment plans. So would I buy from him and take a shot? I would take a shot to purchase from him. I was a particular piece I was looking at was the Penguin, because of the alternatives he offered me to make the purchase. But I'll say this with him, I'll say this with anybody that you're purchasing from. You can ask me what I would do, but if you make a purchase and it goes bad, I'm not responsible for that. And that's with anybody, any reseller. You have to do your due diligence. So I always say, use your protection, use your PayPals, goods and services, or whatever other services are offered in the States, where your purchases are protected. Back it up with a credit card. You may pay an extra fee and so forth, but if you ever get into a sticky situation, that little insurance of that extra cost, you'll be happy you did it. Right? So you always do your due diligence. What I would do doesn't matter, because my purchasing habits, my financials, where I am in life it's going to be different than a lot of collectors. Would I give him a try? Yeah, I got friends who are purchasing from him, and like I said, the offer that he gave me to work around the issue I had, I felt was professional, and there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was just like, yeah, we can do it, no problem. And I was there, sitting there like, okay, that sounds good to me. So I wouldn't. I would just say do your own due diligence. Hold on a second, please, bud. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm on daddy duty, so I gotta do a little bit of everything here tonight. Johnny's saying, can we? No, we aren't bashing anybody, Johnny. If you have an experience, unfortunately, Spec Fiction hasn't taken care of Casey as of yet. So we're not here to bash anybody. We're just here to get facts out. And if you have an experience you want to talk about, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, in regards to this comment, I'm not going to highlight it, Johnny, just because I don't really know much about it. If you want to discuss here, I'm gonna put my banner up. This has my email, theeverydaycommunitywatch@gmail.com. Hit me up there if we can take questions to anybody, get them answered, and that's it. Like, these aren't questions I can answer personally. These are questions that we can put together and reach out to him directly. Yeah, like Vision says, right? We reach out to. I'm not going to know the answer. I'm in Canada. I'm just here for people's experiences and kind of sharing them and coming to a resolution. I can't. They're kind of business decisions. Like I said, set up an email. if you wanna send me an email with some questions, I'd be more than happy to go to him personally, get those questions asked, or pass those questions on to him, and maybe he can do a show on his channel, which I think he's kind of done already, if I'm not mistaken. What's going on, Jeff? Good to see you. John's saying I never got a response back. Again, reach out to the email there below, and I'll be more than happy to pass on, because I spoke to him already. So I'd be more than happy to pass on any questions you may have, and that goes for any distributor, reseller, company, anything. If you want to hit me up and want me to try to reach out to them and send an email and kind of get to the bottom of a concern you have, send it over, man. I'll try to help. I'll try to help as much as I can. So I think we can, Casey's story, we'll put a pin in it here, like we said. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm hoping that this is going to happen quick and get the ball rolling, because it's been too long. So we'll leave that. But I did want to mention, so I had put this post up this evening. I know I didn't give too much time, and I was asking collectors to kind of share their experiences with retailers, distributors, and so forth, good or bad, positive or negative. And we got some responses that I want to share. So I'm going to share some from today and some from January, because I was supposed to do a show like February-ish. I was going to do one, but life happened, so I didn't. So I don't want to disrespect the people who left comments at that time. So we'll cover everything. But let's cover today's to start off with. Santino wrote, this is going to be a very rare thing that I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I've started to collect in 2002, and not once did I ever buy a statue from any company, and I have a ton of statues. I've always gotten everything from my local comic shop, and I'll tell you why. 1, I save on shipping and custom fees, because he gets everything shipped at once on a pallet. 2, I never have to worry about getting a broken statue because it's shipped on a pallet. And 3, I get to choose from all the pieces he receives. So basically, if I order a Darth Vader, he will have 3 that I can look at and choose which one I like, to my liking. I might not get a piece as soon as it releases, but at least I know I'm getting a perfect piece. If I decide to get an exclusive, he can order it for me, and it will probably cost $100 more. That's my positive experience. So that's great to hear. I think that's where a lot of people started. I was at my local comic shop, but he's in Canada too, I believe. Yeah. My local comic shop was Silver Snail, for anybody in the Toronto area. And they would be loaded, Bowen, Sideshow. But 2 things, it would never be the exclusive. That's why you see a lot of my earlier statues, my comiquettes, they're not the exclusives, because the comic shops weren't getting the exclusives. You had to go directly through Sideshow. And so forth. So I know some people as well where you that are distributors of Sideshow. Like back in the day, you didn't even need a storefront to be a distributor. You can do it out of your home. That was a long time ago. So I know a few people here in Toronto who do that, right? They have that. They get their discount and so forth, and they can order for you. But they can't get you the exclusive discounted. They can get you the exclusive, but you're paying as if you bought it from Sideshow. But to his points where it comes on a pallet, safer and so forth. Great points, and I appreciate you, Santino, for putting that on the Everyday Collector group and participating, man. It means a lot. Vision posted this in Dilber's group. Let's see here. Let's pull it up here. Sorry about that. Beautiful. So Vision posted this in Dilber's group, Pulp Culture Statue Collectors. Prime 1 had a good experience with Prime 1, I had a good experience with them even when something broke. I emailed them and they resolved the issue pretty fast and shipped out my replacement ASAP. I also bought a few statues: Prime 1 Batman vs Superman, Prime 1 Batcave, XM War Tank, XM Maestro version B from Spec Fiction. Had a good experience every time, communicated pretty fast when I asked any questions. Had a piece on my XM White Knight statue that wouldn't key in correctly in the keyhole, told Todd about it, and had the replacement sent to me within 2 days of me unboxing the statue. Sideshow also had a piece come damaged, and they sent me a replacement ASAP. Their customer service is A1 with Sideshow Collectibles. Great to hear your good experiences there, Vision. Awesome. I appreciate you participating as well. Keesis posting, I've had a pretty good PCS experience with their customer service. I thought I'd lose out on a PO and was worried, so I messaged their customer service and got a response within 24 hours saying it's not a worry because they let you push a payment out a month. Now their PO policy isn't clear because I've never ordered from them, but overall, really pleased so far. Some PCS love. Great to hear. Now we're going to go back. I want to say this is January, February, when I had put out a post like I did today to get customer feedback. Again, I don't want to disrespect these people by just ignoring them. So we're going to cover them this evening. And everyone in the chat, I see your comments. I'm going to cover them right after I'm done. Brenton sharing, Spec is still one of the best, most reliable places to buy from. They've been in business a long time and have built a solid reputation. Also, if something comes damaged, you'll know they'll help you out and won't leave you hanging. All right, Brenton. Unfortunately, Casey didn't experience that, so that kind of service. So again, appreciate you dropping that info and that information and your opinion. Let's keep going here. This one's let's see. Here we go. Mark sharing his experience. This one's a little bit of a long one. I purchased a Queen Studios Mark 7 bust from Spec Fiction around August 2022. It was due to ship out October 2022. October comes and goes. Was told the end of Q1 2023. That came and went. Then end of Q2 2023. That came and went. You can see where this is going. Fast forward to October 2023. I had enough. In a few weeks, I'm deploying with the Army. I told Spec I needed this bust by the first week in January 2024, or I wouldn't be home to get it. After going back and forth for another month or two, they finally sourced one and shipped it in the beginning of December. I was told 30 days to get it to me, 20 to go from China to the US, 20 to go from China to the US, then 10 from there to me in New Jersey. At about the 20-day mark, the FedEx tracking number showed movement from Cali to Texas. After another 2 days, I saw no movement and I saw a shipping exception. I called FedEx to see what the issue was, and I was told it was in a shipping hold due to the account holder not paying their bills. I get a hold of Spec, and it turns out the China distributor used their account to get the FedEx label. Whether the non-payment was really the issue, I don't know, but that's what FedEx told me. So fast forward a few more days, now Spec is telling me the real issue was the box was too big for FedEx and that a freight company would take over the shipment. I don't know if the box being too big was an actual issue, but it is what it is. I was told I'd be getting a call from the freight company any day to schedule delivery. That was mid-December. To this day, no freight company has called me. I'm thinking this whole thing was BS, but I'm being told still it's on its way to me. After many days and weeks of arguing, I managed to get a full refund today. If it does ever decide to show up, I assured Spec and even put it in writing that I'd pay them in full. But until then, I'm keeping my money. I've bought 3 other one-on-one busts from them and never had issues with their customer service or anything. As a matter of fact, when I ordered my Mark 49 bust, it arrived with big defects. Unfortunately, the box was also destroyed in shipping, so I couldn't return it. So Spec sent me out a new bust and had me return the defective one in the box. So essentially, they sent me 2 busts and trusted me to return 1, which I did. For some odd reason, though, getting this Mark 7 bust has been a nightmare. Sorry to hear that, Mark, but I'm glad it worked out in the end. Tyler shared this in the Everyday Collector group as well. This is again back in January, February. This is a tough one. I don't really complain or call these things out much any longer. I've just been deciding with my wallet. I think part of the issue is that we're mostly just names in black and white and not people to the majority of the companies, which we need to change. I have XM in my backyard, so to speak. I have my XM in my backyard, so to speak, so they know me. I chat with them frequently, and if I ever have an issue, I get it sorted quickly and easily. Most of the other companies treat me like a number, and to be honest, I expect as much. I just don't give them my money any longer if they don't live up to the expectations I have of them. Recently, I bought a couple of small statues that were holiday related, and the company advertised them as being great holiday gifts, the best Secret Santa gifts, etc. Well, needless to say, the statues didn't arrive before Christmas, and one is still waiting to be shipped. I emailed and was told they tried their best and blamed it on the shipping company. Wouldn't accept a cancellation or refund, no offer of any kind of compensation. I didn't ask either. I replied, no problem, it will be the last I order from them. I only have 4 pieces from the company, just started collecting them. So realistically, they couldn't give a damn about me. I don't blame them. I've been waiting months for delivery from another company, and every time I see someone posting pics of their statue, it drives me nuts. I won't order anything from them again either. It was supposed to ship 6 months ago. Another company tried to stand by their product, and the man in charge publicly said he wouldn't ship me his personal statue, but then private messaged me to say the shipping cost would be too high. No problem. The money stays in my pocket for them, too. I don't blame the individual. He's a cog in the wheel, which is why I also can't be bothered to name any of the above. It's business. I'm a small fish in the big pond of business. All I can do is spend my money where I feel I am valued, and that's what I do. Regardless of how much I might love a new piece advertised by one of the above companies, I refuse to get bitten again. I'll pick it up on the second-hand market here where I can check it out before I buy it and see if I really want it or not bad enough. My advice, stop giving them your money if you're not receiving a product you expect. Wow. Again, no mention of company there. And that's okay. But I appreciate you guys sharing those. Let's see in the chat where we left off. Sorry about that, guys. 1 second. Okay. Perfect. Theodore. What's going on, Theodore? Yeah, I've ordered from Sick and still waiting on working tracking. No clue what's going on, to be honest. Yes, Theodore. That's something I recommend reaching out directly to see if you could get a little bit more information. John saying, see, Theodore, that's what I'm afraid of. Please share with the community if you don't get anything. What did you order? Ordered Fabok Penguin, but I just got my waitlisted approved from Prime 1 Direct for the bonus and regular, so I'm panicking myself. I didn't wait another week or two. Again, before you start worrying, Theodore, just to be sure, try to reach out, see if you could get an update. That's Theodore's experience. Again, I don't know how they work, but if that's the experience that you want to share, you haven't got an update as of yet, reach out. That's very important. Theodore, reach out. And if you don't want to reach out directly, again, email's there. I can do it for you. Jeff says, I've never felt comfortable with a lot of distributors. I've used Momenic and Comic Concepts. Both have great customer service and timely shipped items as resellers. Yes. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you being here. Theodore saying, I've been hustling with him and Resin GK, his partner, for the past 3 weeks to get tracking. Don't order from him until I get something in. I'll post the groups. Okay. Again, there has been, I haven't necessarily been following, but there has been people that have been receiving product there and have had their items ship in. And I actually have someone waiting on a, what is it again? The XM Hulkbuster, I think it is. So we can keep you guys posted as well. Let's see here. Herofy, first time seeing your name. Welcome. Great you can make it. Hiya, greetings and good morning. I once ordered direct from Prime One. Took over 2 years for them to ship. Wow. Yet it was never delivered. Fought with them almost another year, but they denied. Wow. So did you lose the statue and the funds, Herofy, or what happened there? Were they able to at least get you a refund? That's wild. What's going on, Paul? Always great to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Kesis, great to see you as well. Thanks again for leaving a comment on the group. Who else do we have here? Casey says, it's Casey and Specs Fiction is working on getting me a full replacement. Thanks to you, John. Really appreciate it. Wow. That is fantastic news, Casey. I'll follow up a little bit more with you to see how that worked out. If that is true, that's fantastic news. And Todd, Spec, thank you for, I don't know if you're watching or whatever's happening, thank you for getting that taken care of for Casey. Let's take a look here. Luke, great to see you, Luke. Hope you're doing well. Herofy says, yup, lost the statue and funds. They claim they delivered but never showed proof of it. Okay, Herofy, reach out to me here. theeverydaycommunitywatch at Gmail, please. gmail.com. If you still want to like kind of deal with this, I'd love to hear this story because that seems ridiculous. Took so much time that reclaiming funds through credit card company was too late. Yeah, let's if you want to reach out, I'd be more than happy to take a look at this and kind of hear this story because that's ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. And that's, I think that's it, guys. That's, if anybody else in the chat wants to leave any comments, anybody who's watching this afterwards, leave some comments with your experiences as well. I want to do these more often. Don't forget, I'm always here to help. The email's there, the Everyday Community Watch. If you want to remain anonymous, you can, because I want to try to help everybody. But yeah, if you're a distributor reseller, let's try to improve, right? Something that I had mentioned that I had heard with a reseller was in regards to the same Hulk that I didn't like to hear was, and unfortunately it was with Spec, was we have collectors still out there waiting for Hulks. Like I know somebody here in Canada, local to me, who's still waiting for a Hulk that he ordered through Spec, and I know some international consumers as well who were, you're getting your Hulk January, February, and then that passed. I think there were some issues again. I don't want to necessarily blame. Actually, that was more on the premiere, so it could. I don't know whose fault it was, but January, February, they were supposed to be getting their Hulks, and they didn't get the Hulks January, February. It was pushed now to June, July, and now July, August. But what I heard that I didn't like was I have, let's say, someone waiting here, and there's another consumer or collector who purchased the Hulk and kind of didn't have as much patience as the person who ordered here, just as an example, and said, I don't want to wait July, August. I want my statue. I want a full refund. And when the full refund was mentioned in an email, out of the blue, it was turned around and said, "Okay, I can have your Hulk shipped tomorrow." Like, how do you do that? How do you do that as a business, though? You can't do stuff like that. You got people waiting, and then you just told the guy July, August. He mentions he wants to cancel, and all of a sudden, it's coming out of the blue. You got one in your back pocket to ship tomorrow? No, man. You can't do that. You can't. So just maybe start a record of some sort of who pre-orders, how they pre-order, and so forth. And you shouldn't be getting your product faster because you're a YouTuber or because you're spending more money or anything. I think that's wild. To be able to just make a call, hey, I want mine now, today, and then you got people waiting who've ordered last year, they're still waiting, and then, yeah, I got yours here, right here, you can take it now. I think that's really bad from a business perspective. And I'd suggest that the person ended up canceling the Hulk, right? So the one you canceled, get it sent over here to Canada to my buddy, so he can get his, because the poor guy has been waiting. Uh, he ordered what last year? I want to say September. The poor guy's been waiting January, February, July, August. He's told it's going to be coming in. We're in what, June? 2 months still. Meanwhile, there's ones being offered to people who want to cancel. What the fuck's that? Sorry. Anyways, we'll put a pin in it here. Let's see who else stopped by. Oh, perfect. Hero Fi said, will do. Can send you all the correspondence. Thanks. Yes, that would be great, Hero Fi. If you could put it together, I'll get to it as soon as possible. I got, what's today, Wednesday. It's going to be tight because I got club I got to prep for and everything. So I'll definitely get to it. I appreciate you doing that. Theodore saying, also, John, this is a great topic. I feel like no one's really talking about it. Sorry I took over the chat. No, please don't need to apologize. You are 100% right. A few people talk about it. Casuals come out and express as he's felt and his stance. But yeah, majority of people will definitely not talk about it because of the aftermath that follows it and the amount of hatred that falls after the hammer falls. Hey, I'm not here for that. I'm here for... some people say I'm here for the views. I'm 100% here for the views on this video because I want as many people as possible to see this and what the people in the chat have to say, what the people on the Facebook community have to say, and in the comments afterwards, because that's going to help collectors make a more informed decision when they're going to their resellers. I don't want people to get burned. But as a just a good idea, whenever goods and services with PayPal, do your own due diligence. Doesn't matter who you're buying from. John says, I lost my dog. Can you help me find it 2 towns over? John, I don't want to laugh. I really hope that's a joke. I really hope that's a joke. I hope you didn't lose your dog. What's going on, Random Green? Good to see you. Bear, thanks for watching on Twitch. Luke saying, wow, that's pretty wild. Like he was just sitting on them. That's pretty much how you have people waiting. I want to cancel my Hulk. I'll ship you one out tomorrow or in 2 days. How is that? You just told me July, August. You just told me July, August. How can you have one shipped to me in 2 days? That's a good business practice. Hero Fi, great live, very relevant topic. Thank you. No problem, brother. Luke says, I'm here for the view of you, John. No, don't make me blush. Again, this may sound like it's coming down on a specific reseller. That's not what it's about. Again, these are coming into me. I want to hear more good experiences as well. Appreciate Vision with the triple threat there of positivity. And yeah, be honest. And don't be afraid. Be vocal. Share your experiences so that we can make this, an overall better experience. Hold people accountable, because you have resellers and distributors and companies who are going that extra mile to ensure this kind of stuff doesn't happen. So if we're staying quiet and putting the blanket over the poor experiences, then all that hard work for them is like, what's the point, right? We should be getting everybody to the same level of great experiences and improvement and so forth. So we'll end it here, guys. I'm going on After Dark with Collecting Weekly in half an hour, 30 minutes, 11:30 Eastern. And after that, Slifer got a Star Wars piece, a Captain Rex bust that we're gonna be unboxing. It's gonna be a late one. You know what we say, sleep is for the weak. It's gonna be at 1 a.m. Eastern. But if you want to come and join us, it'll be quick, probably like a 30-minute one. He was excited to get it, and I said he wanted to do a live, so I said the door's always open no matter what time it is, even if I had to wake up. So he will we'll be doing that. It's gonna be a good time. So we'll put a pin in it here. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Share your feedback, and again, that's the email right there. If you want to bring anything to my attention and have me look into anything. Luke says, "Damn, go to bed. Lunchtime here. I'm already tired. I'm telling you, I have not been sleeping. It's 24. A little cup of coffee, and hey, the white knight never sleeps." Have a good night, guys. All the best. And again, thank you, Casey, for reaching out, and thank you, Spec, for looking into this and hopefully getting this result for him ASAP. All the best, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. Friday we'll have the unboxing tonight, and Friday we will have Collectors Club, 11 p.m. Eastern. You know that's always a good time. This week's theme, thanks to night, will be a mariachi band. I got to do an intro around a mariachi band. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll try. All the best, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. And always remember, collect responsibly. Until next time.